Right now at 5 o'clock, a day after a fire gutted and destroyed a mill, demolition continues in Woonsocket. We have the latest from the scene. 3 school districts in the Ocean State have been awarded a grant prize, what those schools will be using the money for. And a local animal rescue made the startling discovery: rat poison left on a fence. Now they're asking for help. We have that story and more. Good Morning Providence starts right now.
This is Southern New England's trusted news source, Good Morning Providence.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us on Good Morning Providence. I'm Caitlin Gelhaus. It's Tuesday, July 30th. Cara Bailey has the morning off. Let's start things off with getting a check with ABC6 Storm Tracker meteorologist Ceci Del Carmen. She's here with our first forecast of the morning. Ceci, I heard there might be some sunshine.
Oh, absolutely. What a difference a day makes, huh? Good morning to you, my dear Caitlin, and thank you, everybody, for joining us this Tuesday morning. Dry conditions out there, but believe it or not, that storm is still swirling over northern portions of New Hampshire, northeastern parts of Vermont. Look at all that lightning and those heavy downpours. Well, that has exited the region. We're left with some moisture in the sense of those dew points are pretty high at the moment. So the dew point closer to the temperature, that's when that fog develops down to half a mile, visibility in Worcester down to 4 Smithfield, and a minor impact in the city. Let me go back to this graphic because this is how much warmer the temperatures are at the moment across the area in comparison to 24 hours ago. 8 degrees warmer. Dry weather is expected to continue, and we'll be dealing with the potential for some showers as we head into tomorrow, and a scattered thunderstorm or 270 right now. Look at that dew point, 70 across the area. That wind out of the southeast. And these are the current temperatures across the board. We'll be heading into more seasonable, but I do want to show you this, the dew point in the uncomfortable or oppressive levels. So what does the rest of the week look like? And what about the weekend? Details ahead. Caitlin?
Thanks, Ceci. Definitely warmer out there for sure this morning. Now let's take a look at the roads this morning. There's our sky cam over 146. It is definitely the visibility is not so great, but you can see some people are waking up, getting an early start on their commute. Let's take a look at our drive times as well. 95 southbound curving into the Providence Place area, 29 minutes okay. 146 southbound, 13 minutes, also okay. No reports of any accidents as of right now. And we do have some breaking news from Providence this morning. Police were on scene at Atwells Avenue for an investigation. Our ABC6 news photographer was on scene at the intersection of Dean Street and Atwells Avenue. You could see this motorcycle and this damaged car. Our photographer did not see any injuries. There was an ambulance at the scene, however. We have reached out to the Providence Police Department for more information. We'll bring you the latest on air, online, and on our Now Local News app. Emergency crews are returning to an abandoned chemical mill this morning after it went down in a massive fire Monday. We first brought you that story as breaking news right here on Good Morning Providence. And now ABC6 News reporter Josh Kerman does return to the scene to break down what residents can expect today and the latest on any concerns. He joins us live right now from Woonsocket with more. Josh, what can you tell us?
Now, more than 24 hours later, and crews are still on scene here in Woonsocket, keeping an eye on the last remnants of this abandoned mill to make sure that these bits don't collapse down into the road. Now, after responding to calls around 1 a.m. Monday morning, Woonsocket fire crews spent all day fighting a fire here on Privilege Street and trying to clean up the aftermath on the scene. Now, you can actually still see some of the bricks. They've mostly cleared these out, but bricks from the mill had spilled into the roadway yesterday with a hope to bring in crews to knock down the remaining structures before they could fall and possibly hit any of these other buildings nearby. While residents were shocked to see the fallout yesterday, they weren't necessarily surprised that it happened.
Like I said, I'm really not surprised. You know, we have a lot of old mills in the area, and with all the manufacturing previously, a lot of oil and whatnot on the floors and things, so.
Crews are expected to come out today to handle the rest of this demolition. And as far as environmental concerns, DEM tells us they worked with Hazmat yesterday to identify any concerns in air pollution and did not find anything of note. We're told they also looked into Harris Pond, which is located just behind the mill, finding no contamination yesterday, but they are going to send out another crew today just to be sure on that. We'll have those updates as this continues. For now, live in Woonsocket, Josh Kerman, ABC 6 News.
Thanks for that report, Josh. The Woonsocket Water Division says the water advisory should be resolved today for anyone living in that area. It confirmed the mill fire was the cause of residents seeing discolored water. Janet from Woonsocket says this was the color of their water from the sink on Monday morning, as you're seeing in this picture. And if you still see brown water today, the Water Division recommends you use an outside spigot to flush your lines and avoid using hot water to stop sediment from being drawn into your tanks. In Middletown, Rhode Island Governor Dan McKee will tour Gaudet Middle School to see the state's Beyond the Bell program in action. The program is part of McKee's Learn 365 RI initiative and would see Middletown's K through 12 students learn through activities and clubs before the school year. The governor will tour the program at 12:30 today. The Rhode Island Infrastructure Bank has announced awards for 3 school systems to address the water in the schools. Chariho, Foster, and Scituate will split the $1.7 million grant to upgrade their drinking water systems to make sure they've eliminated PFAS from the water. The RIIB, in a release, says it still has more than $30 million in grant funding still available to fix outdated water systems. Meanwhile, the Cranston West Little League Softball 10U team is heading to New York following their state championship win. Now looking to win a regional championship, Mayor Ken Hopkins and other local dignitaries will be expressing their support for the team, followed by a police escort as the girls hit the road to their journey to Staten Island. The event will take place at Brayton Park this morning at 10 o'clock. And then tonight, to help the CWLL girls get to Staten Island, the Thirsty Beaver Pub and Grub in Cranston will host a fundraiser. There will be raffles as well as donations at the door, all part of the CWLL's Road to the World Series. That fundraiser is at 6 o'clock at the Thirsty Beaver on Atwood Avenue. And today, kids in southern New England will get their chance to feel like Jason, Jalen, and Derek. The second day of the Junior Celtics Academy in Riverside continues. The week-long program is teaching kids ages 7 to 14 how to work as a team, be a better teammate, and how to shoot some hoops, of course. This is the 8th summer the Celtics have offered the Junior Academy. The Rhode Island Department of Environmental Management announcing it will begin treating targeted sections of the state to stop the infestation of spotted lanternflies. The DEM will focus on transportation areas and parks for the sprayings. Tomorrow, spraying will begin in Lincoln, Smithfield, Providence, and Pawtucket. This time of year is when lanternflies grow to their full adult size. They eat fruit, crops, and trees and spread through human movement. So if you do see one, RIDEM asks residents to immediately destroy the pest if possible. The Rhode Island Department of Health is recommending an area pond be reopened. Bacteria levels in the Hope Community Service Pond in Scituate have now gone down to safe levels. RIDO says they will continue to monitor the waters throughout Labor Day. And right now in Foster, an animal rescue league is asking for the public's help after one of its dogs was poisoned with rat poison. According to officials at Vintage Pet Rescue, multiple large pieces of rat poison were found on top of their fences that fell into their yards. One dog had to be hospitalized after it ate a piece. That dog is expected to be okay. The shelter is now asking the public to come forward if you do know anything about the incident. And later today, the Rhode Island State Police Department is hosting a physical fitness preparation session for the class of 2025 applicants. The voluntary prep session is designed to demonstrate the requirements of the physical assessment test and to allow potential applicants to assess their own fitness level. The session will be held at the new training track at Rhode Island College this evening from 4 to 6. The Cranston League for Cranston Futures will host a ribbon cutting on a $1.2 million addition now completed for their building after 10 months of work. Mayor Ken Hopkins and other elected officials will join the Cranston community for the grand opening. That includes renovated doorways, common areas, bathrooms, a new gym floor, and bleachers. The ribbon cutting is set to begin this morning at 11 o'clock. And WaterFire Providence has announced 2 partial lightings in the basin of Water Place Park, one of which will take place tonight. Tonight's WaterFire will begin promptly at 8:22 p.m. and will remain lit until about 10 o'clock. The second partial WaterFire will take place next Monday, August 5th, with the lighting set to begin at 8:15. These events welcome 4 food trucks serving local food to guests, beginning at 6:30 on Finance Way. The suspect in a weekend murder in Providence has been arraigned, and now we've learned more about the victim as well. 56-year-old Sean Slaughter is facing 3 charges, including murder following Saturday's deadly shooting at the Walmart on Silver Spring Street. According to Providence Police, Slaughter and the victim, 51-year-old Eric Campbell, got into an argument while doing maintenance work, which led to Slaughter shooting Campbell. Campbell dying on the scene. Officials also telling us both men are from Alabama. In a statement to ABC6 News, a representative for Walmart says the store on Silver Spring Street will be, quote, working closely with law enforcement as needed through the course of their investigation. And still to come on Good Morning Providence, gas prices in southern New England continue to fluctuate as the first day of school is creeping closer and closer. Meanwhile, Massachusetts Governor Maura Healey has signed a state budget that college students can be pretty excited for. We'll break down the details in just a bit, but first, a quick look of what the weather calls for today, Ceci.
Oh, what a difference for today. We'll be with some sunshine and these temperatures rebounding nicely to seasonable. So how long will this last? Will you need your umbrella sometime this week? I'll let you know in just a few moments. Caitlin?
You're watching Good Morning Providence on ABC6. We'll be right back.
When it matters most, America turns to David Muir and ABC's World News Tonight.
You're the heavy hitter, Robbie Scott. Rob Levine. So why do they call you the heavy hitter? You don't play baseball.
In my game, you're a heavy hitter when you win, and I win a lot.
Hey, Rob, can I have your autograph?
Sure.
1-800-LAW-1222. Another morning to savor the crunchy nooks and cranny splendor of a Thomas's English muffin.
Tom, which is a nook and which is a cranny?
That's a nook, cranny, 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 nook, cranny. I mean, they should be teaching you this in school. Huzzah! A toast to breakfast.
Found the perfect sofa.
Jinx! Well, does yours look like it belongs in a design magazine?
I don't know. Does yours have a pop-up sleeper and storage?
Yes. Does yours come with shelving, USB charging, and cup holders?
No, but does yours cost a fortune? Because this one does.
Only $7.99 here.
Where are you?
I'm at Bob's. You?
Looks like I'm in the wrong place.
When the looks you love go for less, there's only one thing to say.
Oh, my Bob!
Bob's Discount Furniture.
Driving the Nissan Rogue with Google built in is like...
Hey Google, turn on Rocky's Food.
It's like the ultimate connection. See why it's been awarded a Consumer Guide Best Buy and recommended by Consumer Reports. Drive the Nissan Rogue today.
Now get a low $279 per month lease on the 2024 Nissan Rogue.
This is Rodney, and this is Rodney's Good Feet story.
When you're blind, walking for me is probably the most important thing I do. But the more I walked, the more my feet hurt. And when I tried the arch supports on, I'm like, wow, I'm steadier.
Clinically proven. Significant pain relief in only 4 weeks.
I'm able to just walk with confidence. Feels great to be out in nature and walk again.
Take back the life you love and book your personalized arch support fitting today.
This summer, snacking just got serious. Introducing new $3 footlong dippers. The world might not be ready for them.
But at $3 a pop, your wallet definitely is.
So I was dropping my son off at school, and bam, I got hit.
Nobody expects to be in a car wreck, much less out of work. Call me, attorney Rob Levine. You're a heavy hitter.
Yeah, Rob's a heavy hitter, and he hit a home run for me.
Call 1-800-LAW-1222.
Welcome back to Good Morning Providence. It's 5:15 on this Tuesday morning. Let's check in with ABC6 Storm Tracker meteorologist Ceci Del Carmen. Ceci, I just talked about WaterFire. They have a partial lighting tonight. How's the weather going to be for those people out there tonight?
You know what? It's going to be pretty nice out there. The temperatures are rebounding. One thing we need to deal with during the next few days is definitely that humid air that will be in place. We could be seeing some patchy fog overnight tonight. In the meantime, you know what? Hello, sunshine, warm and humid for today. Tomorrow, well, overnight, later on tonight into tomorrow, we could be seeing that chance for some showers overspreading, and a rumble of thunder or two cannot be ruled out as we head into the afternoon. I'll show you that hour by hour in just a second. The heat and humidity is also in store. The conditions at the moment right now in the city 70, but look at that dew point 70. That's when some fog can develop. That wind out of the southeast at 3 miles per hour. We are seeing some patchy fog across the region, but mostly over central portions of Massachusetts, across Worcester. The visibility down considerably. 70 is that temperature right now in Providence, 71 Newport, and I'm forecasting for this afternoon back to seasonable in the mid 80s. Notice the normal high 84. The record stands from 77 in 1933 at 97. The dew point scale for today, this is what we'll be dealing with. 71, and that brings us to the oppressive level. What about the forecast during the next few days? Oh my goodness, we're going to be in the 70s during the next few days, so just brace yourselves. I think, Caitlin, we're going to have to go with a ponytail look for tomorrow. We're going to put up with all of this humidity. Down to half a mile visibility in Worcester because of all that fog, down to Fort Smithfield, and down to 7 miles in the city at the airport. Hour by hour forecast. This is what I want to show you as we head into the afternoon. Beautiful. We'll be enjoying that sunshine, and also tomorrow morning we could be seeing some scattered showers already developing across the area, and then by at around noontime we could be seeing those showers picking up just a little bit. And then on Thursday, we're not discarding a rumble of thunder or two along southeastern parts of the state, and also as we head into the evening over northern parts of the region. So for today, partly sunny skies. These temperatures back to seasonable. The highs across the board, a little bit more of the same in the mid to upper 80s. The temp trend 84, normal high, and then we'll be dealing with that heat and humidity by Thursday and Friday. Overnight, dry conditions. Tomorrow, those temperatures around 80. Here's our 7-day forecast. Caitlin?
Thanks, Essie. So we have our weather. Now it's time to take a look out at the roads right now. Taking a look at our Skycam 95 at Branch Ave. The visibility's not so great again. Still, the sun is rising, but you can see definitely people are heading out the door. No real backups or anything there, but let's also get a check on our drive times right now. You'll see that on our screen. 95 southbound heading into Providence Place, 29 minutes, as well as 146 southbound, 295 to 95. Everything's looking great. We'll keep you updated if we hear anything from RIDOT. Summer travel season may be winding down as one of the first day of school is nearing, but as AAA reports, now may be a good time for a road trip as gas prices continue their decline in our region. In Rhode Island, a gallon of gas will set you back $3.41, which is 4 cents cheaper than last week. And in Massachusetts, drivers will pay $3.48, which is 2 cents cheaper. The national average for a gallon of gas is currently at $3.50, which is unchanged from last week. AAA says the downward trend is happening while the global oil and gas market is cooling, which actually usually drives demand up. We asked viewers on the Now Local News app to share what prices they're seeing around southern New England. Mary in Newport says it's $3.40 at Shell, and Ann just got gas, which she found for $3.37. That's a good deal. You can check gas prices in your area before heading to the pump by using our ABC6 Southern New England Gas Tracker. You can find it by going to our website, abc6.com, under the Community tab. The Bipartisan Constitutional Convention Commission will meet again this morning for the first public hearing in the lead up to Election Day. Today, the 12-person commission will hear from residents about their concerns on changing the Constitution and what they want to see in possible amendments. The final report from the commission on possible amendments will be included in the handbook that's mailed to all registered voters. Then residents will vote for or against changing the Constitution on their ballots in November's general election. Today's meeting is at 11 o'clock. And in New Bedford tomorrow, Mayor John Mitchell will be holding drop-in office hours on a first-come, first-served basis. City residents are encouraged to meet with Mayor Mitchell directly to share their concerns and ideas, as well as grab a bite to eat and hang out. The open meeting hours will begin from 5:30 until 7 o'clock at Cove Surf and Turf. Massachusetts Governor Maura Healey has signed a nearly $58 billion state budget that includes some big news for prospective college students. $117 million has now been set aside to fund free community college. To be eligible for free tuition, students must be Massachusetts residents, attend a public community college, at least part-time, and also fill out their FAFSA forms. 2 churches in Natick, Massachusetts are seeking answers after their pride flags were stolen. Over the weekend, thieves managed to take down the First Congregational Church in Natick's pride, transgender, and mental health awareness flags, replacing them with anti-LGBTQ rhetoric and a Christian flag. Meanwhile, Christ Lutheran Church in Natick says their banner with the world peace over the colors of the rainbow flag was also taken down. Both reverends of the respective churches weighed in on these hostile acts.
And what I saw as I turned the corner was just like black and white. And so not even being able to read the banner yet or knowing what it was, but just seeing that the rainbow had been removed was a kick in the gut.
They hung a flag here, and then on the corner of the church, they hung another banner that said, Jesus is King.
Natick police are continuing their investigation as no arrests have yet been made. In Bristol, the Rogers Free Library will be exhibiting some works from the Bristol Art Museum. The exhibit is called Scapes, focuses on landscapes and cityscapes around our area. The pieces were submitted by artists who answered the museum's call for regional art. Scapes will be on view until September 11th. And still to come on Good Morning Providence this morning, another day of the Olympics in the books calls for more medals. Plus, the U.S. women's basketball team is on fire as they haven't lost a single game in the 21st century. The latest in Paris coming up. The national debt, unfortunately, reaching new heights. That startling number after the break.
Here's your chance to let the world know your vibe. It's the ABC6 Wrights Dairy Farm Viewer Spotlight page. A question a day where you can vote your vibe to the top. Like, where is Rhode Island's best beach? Who makes the tastiest New England clam chowder? It's a fun and easy way to let the world know just how you feel. Go to the ABC6 Viewer Spotlight page and vote your vibe.
Sail away on the Black Island Ferry. Take a trip back to carefree times. Leave today, Black Island awaits you. Just leave your troubles behind.
Your Black Island getaway starts as soon as you board. Enjoy the ride on our traditional or high-speed ferries from Point Judith. Visit blackislandferry.com or call 866-783-7996 for more information.
This is Lucky 13.
13 questions are all that stand between tonight's contestants and up to
$1 million.
Sheena Rodriguez and Shaquille O'Neal host Lucky 13. Premieres Thursday on ABC.
Save big on better sleep at Raymore and Flanigan today. Get hundreds off top mattress brands, up to $300 off Serta, up to $500 off Avocado, and up to 40% off Nectar. Get the mattress of your dreams and sleep better for as little as $28 per month with no deposit and no interest for 72 months. Mattresses are in stock and ready for free next day delivery. Plus, we'll remove and recycle your old mattress. Don't wait. Better sleep starts now at Raymore and Flanigan.
GMA This Morning. We're about to surprise one small American business with a $50,000 grant live. Why? You don't want to miss this. Plus, this week, Matt Damon, Nev Campbell, and Carrie Underwood. All live on
Good Morning America.
All rise.
You've been served. What are you gonna do when Christina tries to take our baby?
He's gonna have a total meltdown.
Thing you ever.
There was an accident.
Honey, help her!
General Hospital on ABC.
This week, Vice President Harris puts her new campaign in motion as Democrats rally behind her. The nation waits to hear from President Biden at this historic moment. More Americans turn to World News Tonight with David Muir, the most watched newscast on television.
Shut up! I've got to hear this. Hard day. I'm here to do business. I am a judge. It sounds funny when I said it.
And now for a recap of the Olympics and a near magnificent performance for the men's gymnastics team. The moment more than a decade in the making. Plus, not since 1992 has the U.S. women's basketball team lost a game. ABC's Chuck Sievertson with the highlights as they begin their quest for an 8th consecutive gold medal.
A bronze medal for the U.S. men's gymnastics team, their first since 2008. Steven Nedorosik clinching it with a team best in the pommel horse.
I could hear all these guys cheering for, Brody and Paul, and I was like, sounds like everything's going really well here. And at that moment, I knew that every guy had hit every single routine. So I have this thing where it's like, if everyone hits before me, I've never missed. And I kind of in that moment was like, all right, let's run it back then. Let's go out there and do our thing.
Japan and China taking gold and silver. Staying on gymnastics, a calf injury will not stop Simone Biles from fully competing in the women's team finals Tuesday. She had a taped ahead of the floor exercise, then posting top scores in the floor and vault. The Americans are heavily favored to win gold. Team USA added 4 medals in the pool, but no gold. Swimmer Ryan Murphy earned a bronze medal in the men's 100-meter backstroke, his 3rd medal in the event and 7th overall in his Olympics career. U.S. women's basketball getting the ball rolling with a rout against Japan. The team going after their 8th straight gold medal, a record they haven't lost since 1992. WNBA MVPs A'ja Wilson and Brianna Stewart leading the Americans. A silver and bronze finish for Americans Jagger Eaton and Nyjah Houston in men's street skateboarding. It's Eaton's 2nd medal. He took bronze in 2020. It's Houston's 1st. Japan's Yuto Horigome winning back-to-back gold. The American women are on to the quarterfinal in rugby sevens, defeating Great Britain 17-7. And against the backdrop of the Eiffel Tower, Kristen Nuss and Taryn Kluth winning their 2nd beach volleyball match against Australia. They take on China Thursday. Chuck Sievertson, ABC News.
And staying in Paris, the men's triathlon has been canceled today due to poor water quality in the river. Seen Paris experiencing heavy rain during Friday's opening ceremony and again on Saturday, and pollution in the river typically jumps after heavy rain. Training in the river was canceled both Sunday and Monday. The race will now be on Wednesday, the same day as the women's race. However, there is a chance of scattered thunderstorms today and tomorrow, so we'll see how that pans out. The launch of Apple's new artificial intelligence features have reportedly been postponed. Bloomberg News says the rollout won't happen in time for the company's release of overhauls in iPhone and iPad software. People familiar with the matter say those updates are planned for September. The AI features now coming out by October. Apple Intelligence would be available on iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max and iPad and Mac with its M1 chip and later versions. The nation's gross national debt hit a record high Monday, rising above $35 trillion. The financial hole the U.S. is in arrived quicker than most economists had predicted. Last month, Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen said the U.S.'s debt was relatively reasonable considering the size of the economy. America hasn't been able to cut back on borrowing due to rising costs of federal programs and lawmakers failing to enact budget cuts. And it's almost 5:30. Still to come on Good Morning Providence, we're learning more about the victim and suspect in this weekend's Walmart parking lot murder. What we know so far, just ahead. And Rhode Island DEM is getting ready to put the hurt on some lanternflies, where sprayings are set to start right after the break.
Act now to get an offer you'll love and drive into summer with a Honda CR-V and Accord. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into the Honda Summer Event.
Why do dermatologists worldwide recommend La Roche-Posay? Effective skincare like La Roche-Posay Double Repair Face Moisturizer delivers double action to help repair skin's barrier and provide 48-hour hydration for healthy-looking skin. La Roche-Posay.
As a veteran, this truth is heartbreaking. From 1953 to 1987, Camp Lejeune had toxic chemicals in its water supply. This exposed thousands of veterans, families, and contractors to cancer-causing chemicals. If you or a loved one, even if they are now deceased, suffered from cancer or any other serious medical condition, and were at Camp Lejeune during this time, you may be entitled to compensation. I'm attorney Rob Levine, a veteran, and I'm here to help you. Call me before time runs out.
Hey, good morning, America. Good morning.
America.
Good morning, America.
You don't just see it, you feel it.
I'm in. I'm in. I'm in.
I'm in too. I am in. I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'll be here. Let's play millionaire.
I might die.
Wait, what?
The Who Wants to Be a Millionaire Buddy Celebrity Formula works like a charm.
Let's just leave with $100.
How do you feel?
I'm out.
Which one of you is smarter? It would be me.
What's not to love?
If we get this wrong, we have like 4 more chances.
Wait, no, we have no more questions.
You're making up rules now. Okay, sorry.
Jimmy Kimmel hosts an all-new Who Wants to Be a Millionaire Wednesday on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Live Sunday, September 15th. It's the Emmys. Find out who wins the year's top honors.
I have to put this down. I still don't have the strength.
Zing. Oh, sorry about that. Sorry.
When television's biggest night comes to ABC.
I love this part. And the Emmy.
The Emmy goes to...
I'm a winner, baby!
The Emmys. Live Sunday, September 15th on ABC and next day on Hulu.
Act now to get an offer you'll love on the rugged Honda Ridgeline, Passport, and Pilot. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into the Honda Summer Event.
This is Southern New England's trusted news source, Good Morning Providence.
Welcome back to Good Morning Providence. I'm Caitlin Gelhaus. Today we are going to start with some weather. Yesterday was not the greatest start to the work week, right, Ceci? I mean, we had lots of rain out there and it was foggy. It is warmer today, and I know that we're anticipating some sunshine, right? Hopefully we see a beautiful sunrise.
Yes, so we are looking forward to that. It won't be bright sunshine, but you know what? We'll take it. It'll be a mix of sun and clouds. So we're dealing with humidity. We're dealing with those dew points mirroring the temperature in many spots, and that is why that fog is developing. If you're planning to head north into the Worcester area, you'll be encountering some major fog. The visibility down to half a mile, down to 4 miles in Smithfield, and down to 7 in the Boston area. These are the current dew points. 68 in Boston, 71 in Norwood, 68 in Taunton from New Bedford to our city, 70. That is some muggy air already, and it is promising to remain oppressive during the next few days. Dry conditions, however, and look to the west or don't across the Ohio Valley. That more unsettled weather en route to our region. 70 right now is that temperature, and 70 that dew point. Those current temperatures across the board in the 60s, and no issues on the roads as far as weather is concerned this morning and into the evening. The rest of your week forecast ahead. Caitlin?
Thanks, Ceci. Well, speaking of the roads, we're going to take a look out there at our sky cam right now over Thurbers Avenue. You can see certainly now we're in the 5:30 hour. People are definitely making their way out there, making their way into the office, wherever they need to be. Let's also get a check on our drive times right now. 114 northbound White Church to 195. Okay, 10 minutes there. 95 northbound, as we just saw, Route 4 Thurbers Ave, 10 minutes, and Route 1 northbound Kingstown Road to Route 4 the split. 10 minutes, so no reports of accidents or looking like any backups as of right now, so that's good news. Meanwhile, emergency crews are returning to an abandoned chemical mill this morning after it went down in a massive fire Monday. We first brought you that story right here as breaking news on Good Morning Providence. And returning there is ABC6 News reporter Josh Kerman. He's at the scene breaking down what residents can expect today and the latest on any concerns. He joins us live right now from Woonsocket with more. Josh.
Caitlin, we're not starting with a look at me because we've actually got, more than 24 hours later, some flames on the side of this mill still burning. We actually mentioned to fire crews here who told us at this point there's not much for it to burn. But they are keeping water on this entire building. Now, it's been 24 hours and crews are still on scene here in Woonsocket, watching the last bits of this abandoned mill to make sure it does not collapse into the road. Now, after responding to a call around 1 o'clock Monday morning, Woonsocket fire crews spent all day fighting a fire here on Privilege Street, trying to clean up the aftermath of the scene. Now, bricks from the mill had spilled into the roadway yesterday with a hope to bring in crews to knock down the remaining structures before they could fall on some of these nearby buildings. Now, while residents were shocked to see that the mill was burning down, they weren't exactly surprised that it happened.
Like I said, I'm really not surprised. You know, we have a lot of old mills in the area, and with all the manufacturing previously, a lot of oil and whatnot on the floors and things, so.
Now, crews are expected to come out today to handle the rest of that demolition. As far as environmental concerns, DEM tells us they worked with Hazmat yesterday to identify any concerns in air pollution, did not find anything of note. They also looked into Harris Pond that's located just behind the mill. They found nothing yesterday, but they do plan to check that again today. You can already see the heavy machinery here that they will hopefully use to knock down some of the remaining structures here, and we'll have updates on this as it continues on Air Online and on our now local news app. For now, live in Woonsocket, Josh Kerman, ABC 6 News.
Thanks for that report, Josh. So crazy, those flames. The Woonsocket Water Division says the water advisory should be resolved today for anyone living in the area. It confirmed the mill fire was the cause of residents seeing discolored water. And Janet, one of our viewers from Woonsocket, says this was the color of their water from the sink on Monday morning. If you do still see brown water today, the Water Division recommends you use an outside spigot to flush your lines and avoid using hot water to stop sediment from being drawn into your tanks. And in Middletown, Rhode Island Governor Dan McKee will tour Gaudet Middle School to see the state's Beyond the Bell program in action. The program is part of McKee's Learn 365 RI initiative and would see Middletown's K through 12 students learning through activities and clubs. Before the school year begins, Governor McKee will tour the program at 12:30. The Rhode Island Infrastructure Bank has announced awards for 3 school systems to address the water in the schools. Cherry Hill, Foster, and Scituate will split the $1.7 million grant to upgrade their drinking water systems to make sure they've eliminated PFAS from the water. The RIIB, in a release, says it still has more than $30 million in grant funding still available to fix outdated water systems. Meanwhile, the Cranston West Little League Softball 10U team is heading to New York following their state championship win. Now looking to win a regional championship, Mayor Ken Hopkins, among other leaders, will be expressing their support for the team, followed by a police escort as the girls hit the road on their journey to Staten Island. The event will take place at Brayton Park this morning at 10 o'clock. And then tonight, to help the CWLL girls get to Staten Island, the 30 Beaver Pub and Grub in Cranston is hosting a fundraiser. There will be raffles as well as donations at the door, all part of the CWLL's Road to the World Series. That fundraiser is at 6 at the Thirsty Beaver on Atwood Ave. And today, kids in Southern New England will get their chance to feel like Jason, Jalen, and Derek. The second day of the Junior Celtics Academy in Riverside continues. The week-long program will teach kids ages 7 to 14 how to work as a team, be a good teammate, and, of course, how to shoot some hoops. This is the 8th summer the Celtics have offered the Junior Academy. The Rhode Island Department of Environmental Management announcing it will begin treating targeted sections of the state to stop the infestation of spotted lanternflies. The DEM will focus on transportation areas and parks for the sprayings. Tomorrow, spraying will begin in Lincoln, Smithfield, Providence, and Pawtucket. They say this time of year is when lanternflies grow to their full adult size. They eat fruit crops and trees, and they spread through human movement. So if you do see one, RIDEM is asking residents to immediately destroy the pest if you can. The Rhode Island Department of Health is recommending an area pond be reopened. Bacteria levels in the Hope Community Service Pond in Scituate have now gone down to safe levels. RIDO says they will continue to monitor the waters throughout Labor Day. Right now in Foster, an animal rescue league is asking for the public's help after one of its dogs was poisoned with rat poison. According to officials at Vintage Pet Rescue, multiple large pieces of rat poison were found on top of their fences that then fell into their yards. One dog had to be hospitalized after it ate a piece of the poison. That dog is expected to be okay, and now the shelter is asking the public to come forward if you do know anything about the scary incident. The Cranston League for Cranston Futures will host a ribbon cutting on a $1.2 million addition now completed for their building after 10 months of work. Mayor Ken Hopkins and other elected officials will join the Cranston community for the grand opening. That includes renovated doorways, common areas, bathrooms, a new gym floor, and bleachers. The ribbon cutting is set to begin this morning at 11. And another fun event, Waterfire Providence has announced 2 partial lightings in the basin of Water Place Park, one of which is actually taking place tonight. Tonight's Waterfire is going to begin at 8:22 p.m. very promptly and will remain lit until 10 o'clock. The second partial Waterfire will take place next Monday, August 5th, with the lighting set to begin at 8:15. These events welcome 4 food trucks serving all local foods to the guests that come, beginning at 6:30 on Finance Way. And later today, the Rhode Island State Police Department is hosting a physical fitness preparation session for the class of 2025 applicants. The voluntary prep session is designed to demonstrate the requirements of the physical assessment test and to allow potential applicants to assess their own fitness level. The session will be held at the new training track at Rhode Island College this evening from 4 to 6. And the suspect in a weekend murder in Providence has been arraigned, and now we've learned a lot more about the victim as well. 56-year-old Sean Slaughter is facing 3 charges, including murder, following Saturday's deadly shooting at the Walmart on Silver Spring Street. According to Providence police, Slaughter and the victim, 51-year-old Eric Campbell, got into an argument while doing maintenance work, which led to Slaughter shooting Campbell. Campbell dying at the scene, officials also telling us both men were from Alabama. And in a statement to ABC6 News, a representative for Walmart says the store on Silver Spring Street will be, quote, working closely with law enforcement as needed through the course of this investigation. The Bipartisan Constitutional Convention Commission will meet again this morning for the first public hearing in the lead up to Election Day. Today, the 12-person commission will hear from residents about their concerns on changing the Constitution and what they would want to see in possible amendments. The final report from the commission on these possible amendment changes will be included in the handbook that's mailed to all registered voters. Then residents will vote for or against changing the Constitution on their ballots in November's general election. Today's meeting is at 11 o'clock. And it's 5:42. Still to come on Good Morning Providence. California continues to battle the park fire. We have the latest on the already historic wildfire just ahead. And could a simple blood test be able to detect Alzheimer's? The latest on the test just after the break. Plus, it's time for our question of the day. When your car starts making a weird sound, do you put it off or do you fix it right away? I put it off until it gets really bad. I wait until I can save up a few dollars for it. Or I fix it immediately. I'm not taking any chances. You can scan the QR code on your screen right now or head to abc6.com/spotlight to cast your vote. And Ceci, what do we have for weather?
Oh, I thought you were going to ask me, what do? I just blast the music so I don't hear it. Dry conditions out there for today. We will be seeing a little bit of cloud cover and temperatures back to seasonable. How long will this last? I'll let you know in just a few moments, Caitlin.
You're watching Good Morning Providence on ABC6. We'll be right back.
Dry skin is sensitive skin too, and it's natural. That's why Aveeno Daily Moisture Lotion and Body Wash are formulated to be gentle on dry skin, with nourishing prebiotic oat and rich, soothing emollients. Together, this duo locks in moisture all day for softer, healthier-looking skin, proven on skin like yours. Aveeno, healthy. It's our nature.
Ugh-stipated. Feeling weighed down by a backed up gut. Miralax is different. It works naturally with the water in your body to unblock your gut. Free your gut and your mood will follow.
For Imprint, this is Lisa. Hi, I'd like 50 welcome wows and 300 customer I love it.
Promotional products from 4imprint are certain to deliver ooh yes.
Wow. I love it.
Find some wow now at 4imprint.com. 4imprint, for certain.
The itch and rash of moderate to severe eczema disrupts my skin night and day. Despite treatment, it's still not under control. But now I have Rinvoq, a once-daily pill that reduces the itch and helps clear the rash of eczema fast. Some taking Rinvoq felt significant itch relief as early as 2 days, and some achieved dramatic skin clearance as early as 2 weeks. Many saw clear or almost clear skin. Plus, many had clearer skin and less itch, even at 3 years.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers, including lymphoma and skin, heart attack, stroke, and GI tears occurred. People 50 and older with a heart disease risk factor have an increased risk of death. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Disrupt the itch and rash of eczema. Talk to your dermatologist about Rinvoq.
Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
Why wait, Massachusetts? Shop now and seize the summer. At Raymore and Flanigan, you can save up to 20% across the store. Shop online and in-store today and save more than twice the Massachusetts sales tax. Take advantage of financing options that fit your budget with no interest financing for up to 72 months with equal payments. Why wait? Quality furniture in stock and delivered to your home in 3 days or less. Hurry in. Save double the tax now at Raymore and Flanigan.
Welcome back to Good Morning Providence. Let's check in with ABC6 Storm Tracker meteorologist Ceci Del Carmen. Ceci, one of my favorite things about New England, it's just always different, the weather. Yesterday we were in the 70s. Today we're creeping up. It's getting warmer. It's just, there's always something going on. There's always something to talk about, right?
Exactly. You said it perfectly. And you know what? We are so lucky that we get to enjoy all the seasons, and sometimes within a week. Haven't you seen those memes? It's amazing. We have to be ready for the coolness during the morning. We have to be ready with that umbrella. And today, we can leave that umbrella aside momentarily because we're enjoying some sunshine. Showers and a thunderstorm or two for tomorrow. Hot and humid. That heat and humidity makes a comeback by the end of the week. And what about summer so far? What are we looking at? Well, yesterday, we hit low 70s at around evening, so that brings us to 18 70-degree days so far this summer, 34 80-degree days, and 7 90-degree days. Between 10 and 11 90-degree days is the normal, but we still have some time, and we could be seeing a couple of those 90s this week. Right now in Providence, 70 with those dew points around 70. That is why that fog is developing. 71 down in Newport, and I am forecasting 84 this afternoon, bringing us to seasonable. 97 is the record that stands from back in 77 and 1933. And what about those dew points? We're not in the miserable level, but oppressive. Yes, that is what we'll be looking at this afternoon. And during the next few days, a little bit more of the same. Notice that humidity in place and satellite radar. Fortunately, we're not dealing with any precip for today, but that visibility is definitely taking a hit, especially in Worcester, down to half a mile, down to 4 in Smithfield at the airport, down to 7 miles. So not that bad, but you know, for tomorrow morning, we could be dealing with a little bit of rain across the area, so plan for that. And then as we head into the late morning, into the noontime hour, we could be dealing maybe with the possibility of a scattered thunderstorm. And then once again, as we head into Thursday, not looking at washout of any day so far. And then by Friday, conditions do improve as far as rain is concerned or thunderstorms. So for today, nice out there, seasonable in the 80s. And then the temp trend, this is what we're looking at, mid 80s. Those 80s climbing to around 90 by Thursday and Friday with dry conditions. We could be seeing the threat for showers as we head into the weekend. Caitlin?
Thanks, Ceci. Always have that umbrella pack. I remember you said that yesterday. Now let's take a look at the roads out there. Skycam over the Washington Bridge. One of our favorite spots out there. Lots of live shots we've had. Not looking like any backups right now. Certainly. Let's get a check on our drive times as well. 195 westbound. 3 minutes, okay. That's actually really great for the morning as people are getting out of the door. 24 northbound Fall River to Route 93, looking at 34 minutes. So no reported accidents as of right now as well. Meanwhile, President Biden is outlining a new plan to reform the Supreme Court. We're learning what prompted him to announce the proposal, which, among other things, would impose term limits on the justices. ABC's Christian Cordero has more on the reaction.
In his first speech since proposing major reforms to the Supreme Court, President Biden said public trust in the court has eroded.
We need these reforms to restore trust in the courts.
Biden is proposing an 18-year term limit for justices, with every president appointing a new justice every 2 years, ensuring consistent renewal of the court. The president also saying justices should be required to disclose gifts, refrain from public political activity, and recuse themselves from cases in which they or their spouses have financial or other conflicts of interest. But the proposal immediately condemned by Republicans.
Rather than accepting that they lost, the Biden-Harris administration has responded with a full-scale attack on the justices who ruled against them.
With a divided Senate and a Republican-controlled House, there's little chance of the plan becoming reality. Speaker of the House Mike Johnson calling it dead on arrival in the House. President Biden with this response to Johnson.
Well, I think his thinking is dead on arrival.
A senior administration official tells ABC News Biden has been considering reforming the court for a while, but the recent Trump immunity ruling prompted him to take action. The president is also calling for a constitutional amendment that would limit presidential immunity, effectively reversing the court's recent decision. Christiane Cordero, ABC News, Washington.
Police in Boston looking for a man who sexually assaulted 5 children at a public pool on the campus of MIT. According to police, the sexual assaults happened at the campus sports and fitness center on Wednesday. Witnesses describe a man in his 30s with a mustache. At the time, he was wearing a lime green t-shirt. They say he was assaulting kids while the pool was open for recreational swim. The fitness center has since put in a buffer lane between groups of minors in the pool and everyone else. Meanwhile, in California, the park fire that has burned more than 370,000 acres is now the 6th largest wildfire in California history. The agency says firefighters are starting to get a handle on the blaze, but it's just one of several ravaging areas in multiple states. Also in California, the Boreal fire is devastating a historic mining community just over a half hour from Phoenix. The sandstone fire is proving difficult to contain. And in Colorado, the Alexander fire is causing evacuations about an hour north of Denver. And as wildfires continue to burn in California, a new study suggests long-term exposure to wildfire smoke can have serious long-term effects on the brain. Researchers analyzing 10 years of data and found the odds of a dementia diagnosis increased after repeated exposure to wildfire smoke. And the problem is increasing over time because of the frequency of extreme fire days, which have doubled since the 1980s. While wildfire smoke does seem to carry the highest risk to the brain, pollution from motor vehicles and factories also appears to play a role. The study authors say people can protect themselves from air pollution, including wildfire smoke, by staying indoors or wearing an N95 mask. And a new study has found a link between anxiety and developing dementia years later. Researchers followed 2,000 participants over the age of 60 through several years. Ultimately, 64 of the participants developed dementia. The authors found chronic and new onset anxiety nearly tripled the risk of dementia. However, anxiety that was resolved within the first 5 years of the study was unassociated with a greater risk. Doctors say these findings highlight the importance of addressing and treating anxiety. And a new study says a combination of 2 simple blood tests can catch 90% of early dementia cases. In comparison, dementia specialists using standard methods were accurate 73% of the time. Primary care doctors using those methods had a 61% accuracy rate. Researchers say the findings could lead to a blood test that can be used in a primary care physician's office, much like a cholesterol test, but for Alzheimer's. Nearly 7 million people in the U.S. and more 32 million people worldwide suffer from Alzheimer's. And it's 5:53, still to come on Good Morning Providence. One final look at your traffic and weather. We'll be right back.
ABC6 is getting you ready to go back to school, and we want to see what you looked like back in the day as we all prepare for another year. Share a photo with us on our Now Local News app and then watch to see it on Good Morning Providence. It's a fun and easy way for everyone to get ready to go back to school.
How do you print money legally? Just own an insurance company. They get a payment every month. But if you get injured, they argue about paying you. At Rob Levine & Associates, we use the power of law to get you more than the insurance company wants to pay. Call the heavy hitter.
Call 1-800-LAW-1222. Show me Celebrity Family Feud.
So
excited. I'm here. What TV host have you had romantic fantasies about?
Steve Harvey.
Celebrity Family Feud. New tonight on ABC.
This summer, snacking just got serious. Introducing new $3 footlong dippers. The world might not be ready for them.
But at $3 a pop, your wallet definitely is.
I have prepared a Thomas's breakfast for you to savor together.
Thanks, Tom. Hey, are English muffins from England?
Heavens no. They're from the pantry.
Are you from England?
Nay, I am also from the pantry. Huzzah! A toast to breakfast.
We have some exciting news. I don't know, maybe we should have a drum roll for this.
All summer long, your favorite stars are guest hosting Kimmel.
Absolutely insane idea.
Tune in to see who's behind the desk.
What could possibly go wrong?
Jimmy Kimmel Live, weeknights on ABC.
My name's Morgan Guillory. I am a cleaning lady, a single mom with 3 kids, and an IQ north of 160. So helping the cops solve a murder is literally the easiest part of my day.
What is she supposed to do?
Spot the things my detectives miss.
Ta-da! This is my first interrogation. When did we get to hit him with the phone book? You want me to go in there and flip the table over?
No.
Behind the back.
No look.
Let me show you how it's done.
Now I know why they call you the heavy hitter.
Injured in a car wreck? Call me, attorney Rob Levine.
Call 1-800-LAW-1222.
Download the Now Local News app today and upload your pics and videos. You could see your very own story on the air and earn points towards rewards and gift cards.
Watch ABC 6 News first at 4 immediately after Hot Bench.
Welcome back to Good Morning Providence. It's 5:56. Let's take another look at the forecast today. Here's Ceci to fill us in on what we can expect for today as well as the rest of the week. And I know some of you are already thinking about that weekend. Ceci's here with that.
Absolutely. We are looking forward to a beautiful day today. The temperature topping out quite seasonable in the low 80s. In the meantime, right now, upper 60s. A little bit of cloud cover, a little bit of sunshine, a little bit of everything during the past few days. And as we head into the latter part of the work week, we'll be dealing with heat and humidity. Meanwhile, overnight tonight, partly cloudy. These temperatures in the mid 70s. The highs for tomorrow, right around that 80-degree mark. Here's a sneak peek at what we can expect during the next 3 days. It all goes downhill tomorrow, but then it picks up once again Thursday into Friday. I almost fell there, Caitlin.
Thanks, Ceci. Oh my goodness, don't fall on us. We need you to tell us about the weather. And let's take one last look out there at traffic. We have our sky cam over the Washington Bridge. They're gonna pull it up, but we can see right now, there we go. We can see the camera. It's a little, the visibility is okay. But yeah, the sun is starting to rise. We're able to see more cars. No major backups there. Let's also get a check on the drive times as well. 195 westbound, 3 minutes. Same as earlier, northbound as well. Fall River to Route 93. Looks good out there. As mentioned, we will, of course, keep you updated on any accidents or reports of anything out there. And we will see you in just a few minutes for more Good Morning Providence. Be sure to stick with us.
How do you print money legally? Just own an insurance company. They get a payment every month. But if you get injured, they argue about paying you. It's going to take a lawyer to get you a fair payment. At Rob Levine & Associates, we use the power of law to get you more than the insurance company wants to pay. And our size, experience, and efficiency can get it quickly. That's why so many people choose us over others. There's only one Rob Levine & Associates. Call the heavy hitter.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 1-800-LAW-1222.
GMA This Morning, we're about to surprise one small American business with a $50,000 grant live. Why? You don't want to miss this. Plus this week, Matt Damon, Nev Campbell, and Carrie Underwood, all live on
Good Morning America.
All rise.
You've been served. What are you gonna do when Christina tries to take our baby?
He's gonna have a total meltdown.
You out! There was an accident.
Honey, help her!
General Hospital on ABC.
Shut up! I've got to hear this. Hard day. I'm here to do business. I am a judge. It sounds funny when I said it.
We have some exciting news. I don't know, maybe we should have a drum roll for this.
All summer long, your favorite stars are guest hosting Kimmel.
Absolutely insane idea.
Tune in to see who's behind the desk.
What could possibly go wrong?
Jimmy Kimmel Live, weeknights on ABC.
Live, Sunday, September 15th. It's the Emmys. Find out who wins the year's top honors.
I have to put this down. I still don't have the strength.
Oh, sorry about that. Sorry.
When television's biggest night comes to ABC.
I love this part. And the Emmy.
The Emmy goes to...
I'm a winner, baby!
The Emmys, live Sunday, September 15th on ABC.